I was preparing to come back to Akwa Ibom. By the way, I'm sure, no, let me not assume. Some of you do not know that I was here for 2 years and I did some work for the state government. And that's why when Ralph was talking about the entrepreneurship training in Akwa Ibom State, the massive, undisputed, large number of entrepreneurs trained in Akwa Ibom State, I was smiling because I'm very proud to have been the pioneer general manager at Ibom-led when that training happened. And I'm very proud that I see some of my graduates here. If you're an EAP participant, let me see your hand up. Wave, just wave to me. Wave, let me see you. All right, 2 years ago, when I speak, I'll say, if you sit near one of these people, take their number, because in 5 years, you're going to need them. And when you need them, you will have to fill forms to see them. Because what they learned at Ibom-led, they are practicing and they're expanding their businesses. And so now it's 2 years after. So 3 years' time, if you don't take their numbers now, you'll fill many forms to meet them. As I was sitting here and looking at what I'm supposed to talk about, something that has happened and very viral. I'm sure some of you saw that video where my name was dragged. That viral video, who saw it? That viral video, my name was dragged. Ekaette was dragged. Who saw that video? Where that man said something about Ekaette and Okon. Do you remember now? You get it. You get it. If you don't get it, forget about it. And when I saw that video, it reminded me of a conversation I had with my father. Maybe I was 16 or 17, but certainly not 18 yet. Then I did not like my name, Ekaette. I hated the name because of who the name and the profession the name was associated with. You get it? So one day I just marched up to my father and said to him, I want to change my name to an English name. And at that time, I had chosen one beautiful name. Who wants to know the name? You want to know? Read my book, one of my books. That's the name I used for the daughter of the protagonist. And so I walked up to my father. I said to him, I hate my name. I don't like it. I want to change it to an English name. And I'd chosen one already and all of that. Thank God. Maybe I should even have known because my father is very, 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 very traditional. And none of my siblings have Ibibio name or English name. And my father said, if you don't, he said, why? I said, it's very local. And he said, if you don't like it, make it national then. I was upset with that old man. Okay, he wasn't that old then, he's now old. I was really upset with him. But that planted a seed in me. And that is what has pushed me to do some of the things I have done in the last so many years. I met Ubong at Lagos Business School Alumni Association, the governing council. We were both members. I know we are not many in that space, so it was easy to identify each other. And everything he did was big, mindset, everything. And maybe that's why God made him big as well. So I appreciate Ubong Foundation for this opportunity. I appreciate his lovely wife, who is very energetic and looks like she doesn't ever sleep. I appreciate the team and everyone who's involved in making this Thinkation a successful outing. If you're here, just know that Thinkation is the leverage. When you want shortcuts, you go use something. Leverage is shortcut, and Thinkation is shortcut for you. If you are not looking around and using this opportunity, you're missing out. In the time I was here in Akwa Ibom, I was here for 2 years, from 2023, I saw some gaps in the market. I mean, you've been told I'm the profitability queen, so I'm looking for opportunities to make profit, not just for myself, but for my state, because I'm very passionate about my state. Remember my name. I'm not going to change my name ever. Okay, I don't know if this amount that might make me change. But I want this state to be so massively commercial, such a huge business community that when you're talking about Akwa Ibom State, it's not only about the afang soup and the other soups we have, it's also about the business communities that we have. And in the process, I formed a few things. I had a play. I don't know if any of my producers for Ekamba the Musical is here. Because also that mentality of small, I said, no, I will counter it. Some governors have worked on it, but we did something, and we had a musical 2 years ago called Ekaette the Musical, and it was awesome. Those who attended can attest to it. And in the process of also seeing the needs in our Akwa Ibom State, I also looked around and saw that some women, young women, just needed an older woman who had achieved a bit to hold their hands and give them opportunity, leverage relationships, right relationships. And so I convened Phoenix Women Leadership and Development Initiative. And I see that some of my mentors are here. But I won't put them on the spot because I don't want you to rush them. And the phenomenal work they have done for young Akwa Ibom women, because Phoenix is only for women of Akwa Ibom, if you're either born in Akwa Ibom or married to an Akwa Ibom person. And they have done phenomenal work. They've moved some young women from the dust to the almost C-suite in a very short time. And I'm very proud of, please just applaud those Phoenix women who are here on my behalf. And I know that Akwa Ibom will feel their impact in a very short time. So I'm supposed to speak on, and my slides are still not up, so I'll just speak without the slides. Thinkation, reinventing the future, reinventing leadership, building values, values-driven, future-ready leaders. The future, you all know, is built on purpose. If you don't build it on purpose, you will stroll in and find that there's nothing for you. How many of us were at crossover service this last year? You were in crossover service till this year. Hey, you didn't go to church on the night of 31st. You all went, and you came out. You came out. The blood in you, did it change? Nothing will change unless you change. And you have to be conscious and purposeful about what you want to change. If you continue the way you were, what result will you get? The same results you had. And that's why I look at some people who think that they only need to pray and not work. Has it ever happened? Is there anywhere in the Bible where someone prayed and did not work and something miraculous happened? Everyone who has achieved anything during the biblical times and now did some work. So this future arrives only by intentional actions. When I was sitting there, that's the future. Today I'm standing here. This is the future. 10 minutes between when I left my seat and now. This is the future. What is the future for you when you leave this hall? This is the dream that you had yesterday. And you're privileged because you're above ground. You know that there are some people that will pay anything in this world to be sitting where you are. That future, you have to make the best of it. Because one of the things that keeps bugging me is when we arrive at that pearly gate and we are asked, what did you do with the resources that were allotted to you? What are you going to say? I don't want to be that servant that was said, depart from me. I want the other one. Which other one was that? That's the one I want. And what are the values that values-driven future leaders, future-ready leaders have? Some of my own values are embedded here. You can adopt any one. Vision. If you don't have a vision, if Ubong did not have a vision, we will not be sitting here. Ubong had a clear vision of where he wanted to be. And maybe he knew, that's what I think, maybe he knew that his time was running really fast. That's why he did all the things he did. I mean, I don't understand why a young man who's doing extremely well will retire at the time he did and focus on youths, on empowering people. And it's also a message that you should pay forward and not waste the opportunity and the space of today. Vision is very important. What clear vision do you have? Do you have a vision board? Do you have a thing that reminds you, even though I'm living in an uncompleted building today, but in 3 years' time, 5 years' time, this is where I'm going to be. If there's no vision, what does the Bible say? Hello, no vision, and what happens? Resilience. You do one thing once, it's not successful, you give up. I have a cousin in the village, Etumpo. Yonke did wodru. Yombo kanamava. Yome manandepe. Yondepekeva. You know, all of those things. If there's no resilience, if you're not able to stand up when adversity hits you, then you can't be a successful person. You can't be a leader of any sort. Empathy. Do you sympathize? Are you empathetic? When there are situations, how do you feel? How do you contribute? Action-oriented thinking. Some of us are planning and planning and planning. And we have the disease called paralysis paralysis. Because you are, but you know that that's a form of fear. You are afraid of something. Some of us are actually, in the course of my work, I found out that some people are actually afraid of success. They do not want to be successful because they do not want to be in the spotlight. Please pack your success and give me. I will be in the spotlight on your behalf, and I'll pay you a salary. If you want to be in the spotlight with me, let's pack the success together. Let me see your hand up. Yes. This is Ekaette Umoh. I mean, in the 2 years I was here, I did a lot of research about this state, and I see that this can become the most visited state in Nigeria in less than 3 years. If you just do one or two things. Because the air in Ekaette Umoh is even different, it's fresher. In Abuja, where I live, my lawn, I don't see grasshopper and butterflies. But in my lawn here at home, I see different colors of butterflies. The beauty, the freshness, the seas and everything. Why shouldn't this be the tourism hub of Nigeria and Africa at some point? It is our responsibility to contribute. Government cannot do all of this alone. They need us to come together and work. Continuous learning. If you're not learning, I mean, there's AI. If you're not learning, in the next 6 months, it changes. The algorithm changes. Everything changes. You have to constantly be learning. When I was working, I used to work in a bank in Lagos many, many years ago. I won't say the year because I feel really old. And I'll mention the name of the bank so you have an idea. Meridian Equity Bank, it was on Bode Thomas, 42 Bode Thomas. One of my colleagues, every time, she's saying, that she has finished school, she's not reading again. No, but even when we have courses in the university, she will say she's not attending. In the school, she will say she's not at work. She will not attend because, every time, course, and it took her, when she now left for America, it took her over 12 years before she started to write nursing exams. Whereas others who were ready to learn left, went to America, and they were already nurses. So adaptability, honesty, and doings. Okay, so what makes a leader future ready? Mindset, capability, and character. All right, so I have like less than 6 minutes to go. And there's an exercise I want to do. So I'll just quickly round up on these ones and then go to that exercise because for me, that's the wrap up for my session. Okay, so the leaders you see here, these are examples, in my opinion, of leaders who are values-driven and future-ready. And I want to give you an assignment. I know that when my profile was read, you were not told that I trained as a chemistry education teacher. Yes, I was supposed to be a chemistry teacher. Yes, because I wanted to be going on excursions. Back then, when I was in school, there was National Geographic was a magazine. So I used to read those magazines and think that I would go on excursions. But when I finished school, life showed me otherwise that that wasn't, the kind of money I wanted. So I entered banking. But I want you to look up this. So why I'm saying that is because I want you to look up this gentleman and lady. There's a Nigerian lady there, and there are others. And if you can get their books and read, it will change your life. I know how much these books have impacted my lives, the books by these authors. These are people who took a sector and made an impact, took a country and made. How many of you have been to, some of you have heard of Dubai. You have heard of Singapore. Those people that made those places happen are on this list. Please, my assignment to you as the teacher that I was trained to be, take a screenshot of this and find out what these people did. Read their books if you can, because it will help you. Okay? Next slide. I have a question for you. If you continue the way you are going today, where will you be on 31st January 2027? $10x? Oh, you'll be 10x. Fantastic. I like the confidence. So your worldview determines your future. You can only grow as far as the knowledge you have. Nobody was born with any knowledge. Everything I know, I became a profitability queen after reading chemistry. It's because I read, I studied, and I'm constantly doing that. You have to do that if you want to be relevant, you want to be a leader. Nobody will come and force you to become a leader. The world will just flow by, and you'll find out your mates are so far ahead that you can't even meet them up anymore. So the time is now. Knowledge has been democratized. All of us have phones. You have data. You can just use your data to go on YouTube and other apps to learn. There's some skills I learned using the internet. And there's some I'm still learning. I'm involved in 3 programs at this moment. Because I know that if I stop learning, I begin to deteriorate. There's some conversations I will not make contributions. There's some committees that will not involve me. There's some boards that will not involve me. But now, because I'm always constantly expanding my mind and updating myself, I'm invited to places that ordinarily I shouldn't be there. But because of the skills I have, I am there. The future belongs to the most prepared. If you're not prepared, sorry. For the future you desire, marry right. I always say that to people whenever I have opportunity to speak because I know the effect and impact your husband or your wife will have on your life. And if you marry the wrong person, Unyime will not be sitting here if she and Ubong were not the right couple. If you marry the wrong person, you will not have a fantastic life. And marriage relationship is the next best thing after your relationship with your maker. If you marry the wrong person, your life is a misery every day. And maybe okay, so I said I have an assignment. I'm sure you noticed that I've been rushing through. But please, that marry right. If you need to asterisk it, please do. Because I don't want to say I'm tired, because I will never be tired of supporting. But I have seen so many young couples that had going in different directions, and then they got married, and they couldn't harmonize their position. And they would just continue to paddle in separate directions, opposite directions, one going south, one going north. And before you knew it, it was over. And their major ambitions and goals were thwarted by those decisions that they made. Okay, so to wrap up, I want us to make a commitment. All of us are here. I don't think Unyime drove anybody from their house and came to your house and said, you must come. We advertised and everything, and you came by yourself. Did everybody come willingly? Hello, you came willingly. Okay, so we're going to do an exercise. Because leadership begins where excuses end. So your assignment today, I hope that you already have your goals for 2026. This conference is coming at the perfect time. Design a daily timetable that aligns with your goals. Remember when you were in secondary school? That was the most productive time because you had a timetable you were following. And that's why you could pass from JS1 to JS2, 3, and 4, and all the other ones. Okay? So design a daily timetable. Follow it consistently. Keep a leadership journal. But very importantly, what the exercise is, I need us to form accountability partners. So please rise on your feet. Everyone rise. You're going to form accountability partners that your partner will hold you responsible. Because by 31st January 2027, I want the Ubong King Foundation to have feedback and report of the great things that happened because you held each other up. I have mentors. I have accountability partners. One of my accountability partners is sitting somewhere over there. So everyone, you have your accountability. You're going to have 3 to 5 people in a group. We're going to do this in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds. Hey, I don't want you to do your friends. You cannot be friends only. Do with somebody that when the person calls you, you feel guilty. So please walk around and get 3 or 5 people and join yourselves. I want 3 to 5 people. 3 to 5 people. You have 20 seconds more. 3 to 5 people. Because you're going to exchange numbers after this, and you're going to follow up each other on your goals for 2027. Which group is ready? 3 to 5. 3. You can be 3 or you can be 5 in your group. Hello, where are the groups? This has to happen now. And I don't want the partners that are going to give excuses. I don't want spectators, only leaders. If you have been eyeing somebody, this is, oh, I want to see some groups. I just want to see a representation of some groups. From this section, which group have you formed? If you have formed a group, please come here. This section, if you formed a group, any group, the first group, come here. You're with your partners. Where are they? You and your partners, hold hands and come here. One group. Hello, this section, do you have your partners? Come here. Stay here. This one, stay here. This group, this section, do you have? Hey, please come. Just come, please. Quick. Time is really out. If you're here, I like the unity here. I already know that this group is going to be great. Please come. All right. Please write your names. And Ubong King Foundation will like to know what you have done amongst yourselves and how you have held up each other. I hope you understand what I have said for you to do. Hello. You don't have to have a male. You don't have to have a male. If you're comfortable with yourselves, that's fine. Okay. All right. I hope that you have formed your groups. Because these are the people you're going to hold in each other's hands. I don't want the people that when you talk to, they are sympathetic resonance. They are also, no, don't feel sorry for anybody. Hold each other to higher standards. Okay? And finally, I said to you, greatness is a choice. The time to make that choice is now. The time to make that choice is now. All right, so please ensure that you exchange your phone, form a group, form a WhatsApp group, and list your groups, list your goals, each of you. List your groups that you don't mind sharing. List the groups list your goals in your group, and hold each other accountable to achieve those goals. And then ensure that you have that daily journal where you are listing all the things you are doing towards the attainment of your goal. Have I communicated?
Yes, absolutely.
Hello.
Hi, ma'am.
On that note, thank you very much for having me. I look forward to 2027, January 31st, where I'll see great men and women who are from Akwa Ibom State or in Akwa Ibom State doing massive businesses. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Shall we please put our hands together for Mrs. Ekaette Umoh? Shall we please do so? From wherever you are, could you applaud her, please?